Okay, so the last three games, they have like Carolina, Atlanta, and somebody else that's not too tough.
Hold on a second.
I say they win at least 9 games.
You mean Carolina, the team that's beat Atlanta and Tampa? Just saying.
Yes, but also, sorry, I don't have faith. I don't have faith. You know, there was a crazy stat that I saw. Out of Tom Brady's, I think, what is season number 22? 21?
Yep. I think
something like that. 17 of those years, he's played in the worst division in football. And so he has these years, like even his first, when the first year Tampa won the Super Bowl, they started off, 5-7, and everybody was complaining. They rattled off like 8 wins and went on their way. And he's going to have a home playoff game, right? Because he's going to win the division. And he's going to play Geno Smith or Daniel Jones, and anybody's scared of those guys. No offense, they're playing well this year. Both of them are playing well. But Tom Brady versus a quarterback who's not a superstar, I'm picking Tom Brady every time. So I can see Tampa in the AFC Championship game all over again. I know it sounds crazy.
It does.
But like when you kind of rationalize it and understand, like, especially when playoff time comes, the game changes. Like, and it's like this. It's the smallest plays here and there, right? And everybody's gonna tighten up, and Tampa's gonna be loose because they have Tom, and he's been in these situations, and those other guys have not. And so when you see it, it's Daniel Jones and Tom or Daniel's Geno Smith. I'm taking Tom every time. Not saying he's gonna go to the Super Bowl, but they're gonna make from where it was 2-3 weeks ago, and everybody was like, Tom is done.
Right.
The season's done. It's not the same thing now.
Is it the same flip with the 49ers now that they have McCaffrey? That they were good and now they're the leading the pack to go to the Super Bowl? As long as he stays healthy.
He stays healthy. The team stays healthy. Trent stays healthy. And I think they need to let Jimmy G kind of open up a little bit more and get a little bit more dynamic. And I think I could see those two playing for the title to see the Super Bowl.
How many Brinks trucks will Jimmy G need next year?
Man, if he gets a Super Bowl, a lot.
Let's say he doesn't get the Super Bowl. Well, let's say the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Because Jimmy, he's been in the championship. This will be his 4th time going. So they know he can do that. The knock against him is, can you get over the hump? Can you get the big one, right? And now that they're seeing what happened with Russell Wilson and some of these other quarterbacks, I think guys have more reservations. And next year's a really good quarterback draft class. So I think he'll get money, but I don't think he's going to have a $250 million Russell Wilson contract or a Patrick Mahomes contract or anything like that. I think if he can win a Super Bowl, then all bets are off. Because then he has that cachet.
I was trying to think of something funny to say about Russell Wilson, but I just think if you just say his name.
God, it's sad.
It's sad.
It's really, really sad because, like, he's a really good player. I think it was just a terrible marriage. And, you see what can happen when you don't have a coach that you respect and that pushes you. Because one thing you know about Pete Carroll is that he had Russell's respect. And he respected his, he was like, hey, I know you want to throw it 40 times a game, but we're going to run the ball 25 times, 30 times. And you're going to trust that. We're going to do play action. We're going to have you roll out, move the pocket, do all these things. And he gets to Denver, and the coach is like, this is what Aaron Rodgers ran when I was there. You run it. And it's like, he's not Aaron Rodgers. He's a different kind of player. So fit the scheme for your quarterback. Don't try to make a quarterback fit the scheme.
So OBJ go to Dallas?
Dallas or Buffalo, I think. I don't see him. I'm biased because I love Patrick Mahomes. I'd love to see him in a Chiefs jersey.
Of course you would.
I would love to see him. The rich get a little bit richer. But
Patrick doesn't need him.
That's what's so
Patrick
special about him.
Patrick could have you at wide receiver.
And he'll make me look good. He'll make me look phenomenal.
It'd be 3-yard catches at a time. But
yeah,
it would still work.
So, I mean, but I think Dallas or Buffalo. I think he'll probably lead the Buffalo for the quarterback.
But if he goes to Dallas, and I know there's talk whether he does or doesn't, and he is the deciding factor, not that he needs anything to have a bigger head, but he walks in, he was out there in L.A., I know he got hurt and all that, but he helped the push, and he was phenomenal. Then he goes to Dallas, and he's the deciding factor.
It would be crazy. But I think what would be better for him as a player, especially coming off 2 injuries,
is not to be that guy.
Yeah, to go to Buffalo. Because he goes to Dallas, everybody's like, OBJ is the guy now. You got to feed. We got to get you 10, 12 targets. Whereas he goes to Buffalo, he's going to be behind Stephon Diggs, who's phenomenal, and Gabe Davis. So he'll be like the number 3 guy, and he can kind of maintain that role he had in L.A. where he did so well, and he was getting 8 catches for 90 yards, a couple touchdowns, and So I think for him, that would be the best fit. But I know OBJ and his kind of star power, and him and Jerry Jones, like you can't beat that.
Yeah, it would be tremendous.
Yeah,
all right, let's go ahead and break. Then we're going to go out to Las Vegas, Little Monster, when we return. This is Knockout Radio, brought to you by 8 Man Strong and Staff Song.